she's acting. She's not responding to shit. Probably should have just restarted the system before attempting this. We're live. OBS ain't responding on my end.
Your team is banning.
Seems it's better now.
Crowned
Your
by
team
heaven's
is
mandate, my legacy shall endure.
Tough. You know. Okay. I think we're good now, actually. Yeah, we're good.
Muscle of iron.
Your team
Bones of
is
steel.
Yeah, we're good now.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the fourth game, actually, in this BO5. We have had four games.
Need no protection from
This
the
is the
rain.
third game, so it's one hell of a night for us over here. But yeah, we're joined here with the GOAT, the legend, the one and only Mike
Let's make the whole world
maybe
Your
let's
green
team
and
is
lively.
I did see some of your comments over in the live stream section. What have you
Yeah.
thought about the game? So
First of all, I must say that I'm quite impressed with El Cartel's show this time. I mean, they've been synonymous with the true word, but this game seems right now that they are really not wanting to bend over backwards and just give Xenagogue this game. They are
My
giving more of a
kiss.
fight than they
Your
usually
Will
do.
it
team
grant
So I must commend that,
immortality?
and they've actually
or
managed to
death?
stop their tendency to true. So so far they are actually playing like they are hungry for a tournament win.
Let's hear from the crowd.
Your team
Make some
is
noise for
banning.
yours
very
truly.
dominant on the Euro, and you can tell because the side of Xenagogue have just straight up banned it out in this fourth game of the series. And yeah, Cartel really have played a lot more reserved in this game, especially seeing how
Hope will
Your
find a
team
way,
is picking.
even when all is forlorn.
Yeah.
last night. But yeah, they were able to, get that reality check. Like, okay, we can't take this going into the game going versus Xenagogue, and they have shown that improvement.
Some lessons need to be
right now,
repeated.
Your
looks like
team is picking.
that maybe that Kimmy pick. I know in the previous game we did see Karma on that Kimmy pick and really performing there, but it's gonna be, I think, an Xborg in the XP lane as well as that Ixia, but that's gonna be into a Gatokacha. That's a very, say, confident move in the lead. What do you think about this draft so far?
Follow the veil across the room.
It's pretty interesting,
Oblivion.
especially
Our
on the
song
side of
carries the
Xenagogue.
threads of fate
This
that
Florine
bind
pick
us.
combined with the Baksha pick is definitely interesting. I think they did that in hopes of countering this Alice, but Cheesy on the lands is something that I would actually want to see, and I want to see how they will actually execute both drafts. I don't think I'm particularly biased towards any side right now. Both sides seem to have very good drafts, and I think this will be down to execution. So it's definitely up to them to see if they actually want to see this game through. So I think both teams, they have all the spores in their front, and it's up to them, whichever they want.
Yeah, I do have to point out this Gatokata versus the Ixia here. I believe this is a matchup that we have seen several times. Just because that AOG just when that sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of Ixia Ultimate Team. full barrage.
till the
Really.
enemy reaches the
So when that
Yeah.
full barrage goes up,
Smash
the
them.
AOG makes the Ixia just a very easy target there. But yeah, right now we're also seeing that Alice with that conquest. We're just looking to for him to attack. But we not have experience and we do know how strong it is. Yeah, I'm with you. I can't really lean any way on this draft. And, both teams are pretty solid though.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. I'm still a bit distracted trying to set stuff up, so I'm kind of multitasking right now. That's why I'm not quite in my game fully. But now that the game has actually begun, and we're seeing the little traits in the lanes here and there, um, so far I think both teams are holding their own pretty well. But I'm actually quite also interested in this Obsidian, how that pick will be. But we see Cheesy and Conquest almost walking into an ambush right there. Atete, Maybe, and Kung were actually waiting for them. They're twiddling their thumbs and satiating that opportunity to get that kill, but they actually managed to walk away unscathed. And the total seems to be spawning up just a few seconds more, but that poke on Kun, I think that would definitely put him out of the fight for a few seconds. But I don't know how much of an advantage that would present for El Cartel still.
Yeah, but looks like clearance is starting to. And that's the advantage of having a support at the roam. But if we get in that bottom, I could do it.
You seem to be breaking up still. Can't quite hear you over here. So I will just I think I will take over this sequence for now. So that was a very good engage from El Cartel. That blood oath combined with the I don't think Conquest used the AOG. That was actually the skill points there, but that Stallion beam committed onto Maybe and that lockdown to get that secure and Cheesy getting out to the puncture to dodge that last insanity from Absolution. That was absolutely beautiful. That was a masterful use of his skills right there, and I thought he was actually going to fall, but that is also leading to that total secure. And right now, another kill onto Atete by Basic. El Cartel are really looking like they are going to run away with this game. We see that big AOG committed to Alias Born. He has to burn that flicker to get out. The Stallion beam not quite enough to get him down, but we see that full barrage committed onto Void Account. Conquest almost gets him down, but that dash with the Obsidia gets him to safety still.
Yeah, looks
Yeah, I
like
can hear you now.
that's the all for Alias Boo here. He does get caught by that stunt, but he would be able to. But that life steal coming from that Ixia, but that's all coming from Void Hacker. He managed to survive. That's maybe the ultimate from having to keep him alive. But Basic with those shots. It's because
I was close.
yeah, very close, but looks like Easy might get caught. He uses the puncture, plus it turns well to immune, and maybe will not be able to land that stun. But we have that's also spawning in the next like 20 seconds. How do you think that is gonna come these days?
Yeah, definitely. We're actually seeing some live shing right now. We're seeing Cheesy dancing around Xenagogue, actually showing them a few moves, and he's doing so very well. I mean, putting Maybe on skates, turning him around, and giving him a little twirl right there, and he couldn't actually catch up. And so far, El Cartel are actually playing like the minute, and we see that huge traction boss and Stallion beam combination and the killing spree onto Atete. The last insanity committed and actually gets Conquest, but the big blood ode to the back line and that latch on to Absolution at the back by Void Hacker. He's trying to get the kills, but he must have latched onto the wrong target because he gets taken down. Sky Guy in the middle of both of them actually gets a kill back but they walk away from that. While all that was happening, Karma is actually up top lane, getting all the gold that he can, pushing for free, and it's still going to be a contest for this turtle by Absolution, trying to do his best to take down Cheesy as much as he can, for committing that last insanity onto basic, and he just hovers away. And I think that was, all in all, I think that was still a favorable trade for El Cartel, Steve. Don't you think so?
Yeah, El Cartel did go and beat that also, but that's going to be the last one also. I think they in that top lane, but no, he will cancel that ult. Okay, well, you can't get this. These are the kind of games you like, where you don't have a second to catch your breath.
Exactly.
But yeah, we got that turtle. El Cartel did secure that turtle, as well as securing the AOG movement at onto anyone. I really do like how Absolution is playing this Xbox,
Yeah.
especially with those last challenges. Even when he's very close to getting a kill, he doesn't overcommit with the range, and he knows when to fall back so that he'll be able to retreat back to safety. So, yeah, I'm liking how Absolution is executing Xbox. But I'm actually curious about this Xbox versus Alice matchup here. Right now, it looks like they've just been evenly matched, but is this how it
Yeah.
usually should play out in this?
Um, I think it's because they are still quite in maybe much of the early game and going into the bit of the mid game right now. The stalemate will still persist, but I think once it gets further into the late game, Xbox will definitely get that upper hand, and we see Cheesy coming in to kind of assist Sky Guy right here and see if he can force the Fragga armor of Absolution, but he is just having a time of his life right now, being a pyromaniac and spraying fire everywhere. And we see a huge AOG targeted at TT, but he actually walks out of that and maybe gets caught by that. We have to use the traction side and the traction beam on the Stallion, the traction pulse on the Stallion beam to actually get out. That was used defensively, and still the fight, I think, is just a bit of a scrimmage between both teams, and no one is actually looking to engage fully. But both gold towers are actually about to fall as this turtle spawns to you.
Yeah, it looks like the side of no towers have actually fallen. But that's the TV so to I guess really started the time, but the life stream does keep them alive for the last one. And it's actually going to happen. That's going to get hit that way. But he's managing to puncture out of the attack from basically figure out that the plan of us is 5 people. And it's the same secure for always do on basis here. Unless the Absolution to fall for the blood up. Looks like he's gonna be but no. He's engaged his now.
I mean,
oh, but that's gonna be the
oh,
he's not needed.
bro, bro, I must say, first of all, credit where credit is due. Cheesy with his retribution have been on point through all the games in this series so far. He has been so on point, and that aside, El Cartel are actually showing us a new side, and I don't think I've ever seen them being this lethal and being this decisive from the mid game to the end game. I think they are slowly but surely, they are rewriting that reputation of being pro lords and actually showing us that they can be dominant when they want to be. I mean, when they are high enough, when they are in their zone, when they have taken enough, some substances in their blood veins, when they have some substances in their blood, when they have injected some things into their veins, they can actually be the dominating force that they are right now. And we see a bit of an overcommit by Sky Guy in the bottom lane, and he gets taken down. But still, I think El Cartel are still in a very, very good position and have a very firm grip on these games too.
I think Sky Guy got a bit high on his own supply in that fight. But look at that of the kill. Oh man,
Still, you're sounding a bit muffled. I don't know if it's your network, but we can't hear you clearly right now. But El Cartel, like I said, they are actually pushing their advantage as much as they can right now. Void Hacker not slowing down, Cheesy not slowing down, Conquest actually putting in work on that Gatot catcher. Unlike the previous times that we have seen him, right now those his AOGs and his steel bones have been clutch in all aspects right now. Atete not having the best of games. That Florin pick definitely one that he would so far live to regret, but I don't know how that will play out through the end of the game. But right now, I don't think Xenagogue are looking very good, and I don't think El Cartel are going to release that pressure anytime soon. And with that Lord taken down with ease, no contest whatsoever, of course, because Xenagogue are in no position or in no place to contest. It's looking like this might as well be the end of the tournament and be the first tournament win for El Cartel in a very long time too.
yeah. Right now, I would say you shouldn't discount for that block. Just and that's what called barrage issue, but apparently no one has maybe not survived because of this. And now
Yeah,
because that's gonna be the top
whoa,
round.
that was a huge, huge.
The Lord is down, but that's million. Okay, the only player. What-
Right. So this is them basically facing down their base right now, and with Haka actually locking on to that base, I think this is over. I think this is actually over, Stu. Um, Absolution and his priests in Xenagogue
Victory!
are actually getting pissed right now. They've been conquered, they've been taken down, they've been the wall that has been consistently stopping El Cartel from a tournament win. And finally, that wall has crumbled. Cheesy, Basic, Conquest, Sky Guy, and Void Hacker broke through that wall and they finally conquered Dragon.
Right now, we can see that the drug lords tried to raid the church last time, but the bandits were chased off. But this time, they got high on their own supply, and with the additional energy from that supply, they were able to successfully take down the Xenagogue. And their prayers were not answered tonight, as Elkotel will be taking the Gauntlet Trophy home.
Indeed.
It's been it's been it's been a wild journey, and actually seeing Elkotel winning a gauntlet, like I said, like you said, the first time in a very
Yeah.
long while, and it's great to see a new champion of the gauntlet stage of the gauntlet series this time. And thank you very much for joining us tonight for the grand finals.
Indeed, indeed. It has been a pleasure to be here, and hopefully, sometime in future, we can run this back. But until then, stay safe.
Keep surviving.
Mhm.